Come on. Come on. But yeah, fire breath is only really useful against things that are weak to fire, obviously, and also if your girls all absorb fire, using it on yourself can also be kind of handy. I always thought it was. I think it's weird though that storm cannon relies on your level rather than your actual your Come on. Oh my god. It relies on your level rather than your magic stat like the other moves do. I'm touching it. Yeah, because there's a lot of treasures here. Oh, wait. Okay, this is important right here. Yeah. I kind of forgot about the... Hold on, wait a minute. Let me check the guide again. Right. Head to the... Okay, so... Head to the northern part of the new road. Southeast, the Mushroom Rock entrance. Find Shinra nearby. Speak to him regarding the conspheres. Let's see. Be sure that he installs a consphere in the agency. Talking to conspheres. See, yeah, so you gotta make sure that Shinra... You have to make sure you come back here and get Shinra to drop that consphere there. It's something for Chapter 5. This is important. Because you're trying to get all these conspheres here is set up for Chapter 4 and 5. Because Chapter 4 is the Comsphere chapter. Like, you can't really go anywhere in Chapter 4. You're pretty much, like, I don't even know what to call it. You're, like, landlocked on the airship. Except for the Comspheres. Now, I reloaded my save after leaving this entrance here. Because it triggered a cutscene, or it triggered some character actions. And I didn't want to activate those yet until I had everything concluded here. I didn't want to, like, do that and mess with that, or anything in the next area before I concluded the mission here, because I was still in the middle of a mission in this place. I don't want to mess up with any percentages or whatever. I want to make sure I'm thorough and systematic. I don't want to miss anything. I'm trying to be as thorough as possible and not, do missions in other areas before I conclude the mission in another area first. Unless the mission is to go to other areas first. And that will happen with Beckinel. In Beckinel, you have to go on a big giant cactuar hunt, sort of like in 10, where you had to go find cactuars for Riku's celestial weapon. But, like, instead of them being all over Beckinel or whatnot, they're, like, all over the world. Like, they are just, like, cactuars you have to find, but they're all over Spira. Come on. Get down, man. Alright, hold on. Let me turn my speed back to normal. Can I get down? Hello? Yeah, she would not get down. I was like getting worried that she got stuck. Yeah, nothing over here. Now, while I could go back to the airship from the save point here, I need to make sure that Shinra puts the comm spheres and whatnot where I need them to be in this areas. You know, I forget that most areas have random encounters most of the time because I go through these areas without charm I go through these areas with a charm bangle on so much that I, forget that there's random encounters in most of these areas. It's usually just me running through grasslands and plains and paths. All right. Okay, yeah. So Shinra did in fact place one here. Just making sure. You know, nothing in this shop is for sale. All right. Well, like, it's just so hot right now. Trying to let it cool off for a sec. It would be easier if I had the fan blowing like directly at me, but it would create so much noise with the microphone. All right, so that's me having it concluded. Also, I got Shimmer to drop the consphere down that place, so that was important there. Going there again to see Shimmer put that consphere, and then the fact that he dropped one down that crevice, or down the I don't even know what to call it, the canyon or like crevasse or whatever you call the thing where it's like a giant crack in the ground. Hmm. Here, Machina. It just says here that do note that the north end of the area, Mushroom Rock entrance, you'll need to attack the Machina near the northernmost exit to help you get an accessory in Chapter 5. I mean, I guess I did that. I didn't see a Machina in that specific area. There wasn't even a counter on the screen saying how much Machina were there, or I could still fight when I actually got to the end of the area where all the NPCs were. I attacked the one where I assumed that was the one right next to the entrance, so I guess that was the one I did. I hope it was. see. Okay, so assuming I'm following the guide, it says to make sure my thing is 46%. It does, in fact, say that, so that's good at least. Because I'm trying to follow the guide as exactly as possible. Although the guide did not mention how I can talk to Sid in Chapter 2, and if I go there in Chapter 3, he's a different set of dialogue where it's, you know, it's that instead. Where he says he asks if you're still angry rather than his dialogue happening in Chapter 2, happening in this chapter instead. Alright, so the guide says Mushroom Rock. Okay, so go to the area, follow the red arrow. Shinra will plant another comm sphere. Another cutscene will start. And then go to the north part of the area, get a chest there with 2,000 gil. And then head to Jose on foot to trigger a 100% critical cutscene. Okay, so head now for Mushroom Rock Road. Alright, so let's go here now. New save. Okay, now we go here. Okay, the Classico's gone, bro. Alright, so...
Gullwing's here. Where are the fiends?
No need for concern, Lady Yuna. Everything's under control. The fiends got close to our headquarters, but thankfully no further. The Albed from Jose assisted us in fighting them off.
So, Gibble was here?
Yes, his group also brought us these Machina. You know, he said something which still strikes me as sort of odd. He told us not to depend on you so much, Lady Yuna.
Me?
He said we need to rely on our own strength to defend Spira through the coming age.
Lady Yuna, if I may interrupt, there is something I would like to ask you.
Sure.
As you are probably aware, we have not heard from Maven Nuge, our leader, in some time. Lady Yuna, have you no information as to his whereabouts?
I'm sorry, but we don't know any more than you do.
I see.
If we see him, we'll tell him to return here.
Thank you.
Can I talk to the Diablo here? Yeah, you can't go to the Youth League headquarters at all during Chapter 3 because of the fiend attacks from Jose Temple. So they completely locked out the their entrance here. So they, you know, just to fortify their position. Although Shinra got by somehow because the Shinra wanted to get some better, I guess, reception for the comm sphere, so he ran through the barricade and managed to get through, I guess, because he's a tiny kid. Now, if you gave the sphere to New Yevon in Chapter 2, Shinra wouldn't be able to do that. If Shinra was to use the comm sphere, He'd leave it there. They wouldn't let him through, or either they wouldn't let him through, or he just simply would just leave it there in that spot because the freaking what's it called? The youth league wouldn't don't let you through their headquarters if you give it to them at all ever again after chapter 2 if you give it to them at that point. Alright, so it says to go here, I believe. Get a chest. And then keep going to Jose from here. Because Jose does actually have a cutscene, like, early. Yeah, just like some of the other areas, before it's actually time to go there for the actual story mission later on, going to Jose early lets you get some extra percentage. I had to clear my throat. It lets you get some extra percentage by going there early and seeing some extra cutscenes that you won't otherwise see. If you go here only when the story requires you to, you miss out on extra cutscenes that show up. No, I think I'll walk. Now again, there are random encounters along this road, but charm bangle away. And you should be all set. That's why that's why it's so important to get the charm bangle as early as frickin' possible. Like as soon as the game starts, to get it right away, because it is incredibly useful to avoid random encounters if you don't want to do the encounter cheat thing. I would have liked to do the sphere break thing like completely legit, like without having to rely on the on the external menu pause. But it's so annoying and so difficult to do within like the amount of time it gives you. It's like excessively difficult to do within that kind of that time frame. The excessive reliance on echo, and only having like 40 seconds to do it is just like it's really ridiculous. Unless you're like super good at math, yeah. Unless you are very good at math, to be able to do like all these calculations in your head within like 40 seconds, multiple times in a row, like you're gonna have a bit of a hard time, because like you have to do this really quick calculations in your head over and over several times to be able to rack up those echoes.
Hey, it's Sid's little girl.
I have a name.
You seem close.
We made quite the couple.
Oh,
What are you saying?
Riku's always good for a laugh. If you're here about digging, this isn't the best time.
Well, there were fiends here too, right? Want us to clean up for ya?
Fiend hunting? What? You guys give up the sphere gig?
temporarily. Right now, we're helping people out. Maybe you'd like to hire us?
Nope. You already took care of Sin. We can't go running to you every time we get into trouble. I watch my own back.
Show off.
Well, be careful.
You too.
Right. Come on.
Alright, so Darn it. Alright, so I think that's it for that cutscene. Let me check the guide. Tells me some stuff off the microphone. Alright, so cutscene. He's left, 2,000 gil. Headed Jose on foot. Now it says here, head to Jose on foot to trigger a 100% critical scene with a white-haired boy. It says white-haired boy. Does it mean Gipple, or was it, or what? It says here, head to Jose on foot to trigger a 100% critical cutscene with a white-haired boy. It says here, yeah, it says trigger, use a lift, trigger a cutscene, 100% critical cutscene with a white-haired boy. It says white-haired boy. I assume he means Gipple, because the guy here is saying a 100% critical cutscene with a white-haired boy. I assume he means Gipple, because I'm honestly not sure who else he'd be referring to. Let's see. After the events of Chapter 3 Mushroom Rock, you'll be able to find Gipple near the Jose Temple. If you came from Mushroom Rock on foot, you'll find a chest of 3 high potions, Pilgrimage Road, 3 Phoenix Downs. Speaking with Gipple will yield the scene Albert Primer. That'll do it for now. Comms here won't be placed until later on because of story events. Now, if you did happen to have random encounters enabled, again, there is a very dangerous enemy you can run into on the high road here called the Ruck. I'm pretty sure it was shown before the Monster Arena. It's been a while, so I'm trying to remember. But the Ruck is very, very, very dangerous. Their HP is extremely, extremely high for this point in the game. Like, their HP is around 13,000 or so, which is far higher than most other things you fought in this game, including pretty much all the bosses. Like, the Rucks are very powerful and very dangerous. They're really strong, especially in Oversoul. Their HP shoots up to around 16,500. The main problem with them, besides their ridiculous HP and their strength, is that every single time they attack you, the Rock's physical attack causes petrification. And if you're not immune to petrify, that's it for you. They petrify you and they'll try to shatter you as well. The Rucks are, like, comically dangerous. They are, for this point in the game, are ridiculous with how dangerous they are. They are probably one of the most dangerous enemies that you probably will deal with in the game until, like, late in Chapter 5, where you have to deal with, like, you know, the really crazy things in Via Infinito. In the Far Plane, or the secret dungeons. Okay. Moonflow. Not a lot here to do. At the southern bank of the Moonflow, as long as you did the mission in Chapter 2, you'll witness some musicians' concert here. Speak with Tobley. Twice. Hello? Hello? Talk. Oh, I was hitting the wrong button. I was trying to talk to her, but I was hitting the wrong button. Whoops. Can I go over there? Alright, the usual area I've always learned the fire breath attack for the blue bullets has been in the Moonflow. Fighting the Balaveras here they're actually quite common here. I know for a fact that every single time I've learned it in the past, it's been it's been here. See? Alright, so it says watch the concert, but I can't interact with the musicians in any way. Hold on a second, wait a minute. You'll witness a musician's concert here. Okay, so it says speak with Tobley twice. That should be it, I believe. Talk.
No, this won't do it. Won't do it all. We finally put it on the show, of course. But there's no passion, no climax. No. Oh, shoot up. I can't run a show without climactic passion. I must have miscalculated. This wasn't supposed to happen at all.
Don't worry, Tobley. I'm sure your next show will make up for it.
Next show? How can there be a next show when the first show made the next show a no-show? Well, one thing's surely for sure. I need to attract celebrities to attract an audience.
Huh. Got any celebrities in mind?
Well, let's see. The most celebrated celebrity... Eureka!
Yuna, run.
What's wrong?
Don't ask, just run. Run now, run fast.
Okay.
Wait! Just a moment!
Keep running.
Hey, what's gotten into you?
Do you really need to ask? You know what he's planning, right?
This is our big chance.
It might be fun.
Alright, let's see. The guide says witness concert. Talk to him twice. Alright, so the main thing here is again dealing with these blue bullets here. Alright, the Balaveras, again, every time I've ever learned it in this game, it was from Moonflow, monsters. Thunderplanes, I just couldn't find it there. I'm not sure if it's excessively rare or whatnot, but I simply couldn't find it there. It just wasn't there. Alright. Now, because this is a fire-based attack that hits everybody, it's helpful to be able to have everyone immune or absorbing fire. Where is it? Now, it doesn't take very long for him to actually use it, but the main trick here is actually finding the guy. Alright. And there he is. Oh crap, I should have put everyone to a gun mage before doing this. Hold on. I'm looking for a mighty guard. Alright, now this guy, unlike the Marlboro, it's not very predictable. This one here is mostly just like this one here is it's pretty much just a waiting game, really. Waiting for him to wind up. Also, you want to keep the girls somewhat in front of him, cause oh crap. Gee, thanks.
Power of fiends unleashed.
Oh crap. Hold on. Okay, this will buy me a little bit of time, but I actually didn't think it would throw on so many. I suppose it's a bit silly to me to think that it would throw on so many statuses, considering it's bad breath. But I don't want it to have him. I don't want him to be berserked. I mainly just wanted to blind him, really. Crap. Because if he's berserked, he's not going to use the move.
And you thought they were led.
Okay, yeah, so in this game, White Wind is pretty much like the anti-bad breath. It pretty much is like an auto Esuna. Okay, it looks like he is slow. So so White Wind pretty much cured everything bad breath through him except for slow. 666 HP. That's funny. Let me speed it up a little bit. Okay, I kind of wish he would stop doing that. Dude, it's really annoying he's targeting her specifically. Because, like, bad breath, I want to blind him. Okay, hold on. Is there anything I can use that can blind him? Any items? No. Hit the wrong button for a sec. He's not using it. But, again, you want to make sure the girls stay in front of him, because if one of the girls is too far on his flank or behind him, Fire Breath just simply won't target them. Here we go. I was going to use it now. That didn't work. Yeah, this animation here where he's winding up like that, that shows you he's about to use it. But it's pretty much what I said before. It's just like a waiting game. Now my girls absorb it, so you know there was no danger there. But again, I didn't want to have him skewer me and have him fire like and kill multiple girls at once. That was a problem. I didn't want that to happen. But yeah, so fire breath. But yeah, unlike drill shot and bad breath, where it's like a specific threshold of hitting the enemy 10 times or hitting and healing 10 times, or with like how Gipple in the arena would just like get him under a certain health threshold and he just spams it, spams mortar, or with a Megatonberry being like oversold and also have low HP. This guy here uses the move completely at random, and you just have to wait for him to do it, and then he'll just do it. I forget if this guy's vulnerable to gravity.
Not lead.
This is no ordinary bullet.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if he was vulnerable to gravity or not. Because I know that, again, pretty much most enemies after Chapter 2 are immune to gravity. For whatever reason, more enemies in this game are immune to or absorb gravity than any other Final Fantasy I've ever seen. Like, a huge majority of enemies in this game, from, like, Chapter 3 onwards, like, completely negate or absorb gravity. Like, it's a ridiculously huge number of how many enemies in this game just aren't affected by gravity. I'm almost certain it was because of Blaster. The fact that you learn the Coral move, which lowers like your someone's HP down to like down to critical, and it pretty much doesn't miss. Like, thing is, compared to some other games where you have a move like that, like in 9, where it's like Mantra Magic, where it lowers an enemy's HP to 1, but its accuracy is only like 20%, and it misses almost all the time. In this game, Blaster's accuracy is like, as long as they're not immune to gravity, it pretty much it doesn't miss. So, if you have Blaster doesn't even do damage. It just makes their health critical. Like like enemies with HPs that were like, tens of thousands would all of a sudden just be nullified, even if they were like random encounters. In all other games, gravity is only resisted or blocked by bosses pretty much, most of the time. But in this game, freaking like everything past Chapter 2 like seems to block it. It's crazy. Blaster is really fun to use and has a really cool sound to it. Because you have the Coral's Blaster, how cool is that? But the fact that it gets blocked by so many enemies is so dumb. I mean, really. Alright, so now that everyone has fire breath. Alright, where is it? Let me make her the white mage. All right. All right. So that's that blue bullet taken care of. Hmm. Hmm. I kind of want to switch these two. Yeah, because I want to switch the, yeah, let me do that. If I can find it. Ah, shoot, I forgot what it's called again. It was, what was it? I forgot what the name of it was. Wasn't Abominable. Oh, it's this one here. Hold on. But yeah, Lady Luck is a whole lot of fun to use. But again, mainly if you are able to manipulate the slots by using the pause trick. Super fun. Let's see here. Let me think. What does the guide say? I'm also glad that I was able... Because there are actually quite a bit of things you can actually fight here. Although, I feel like it's probably a lot less in the Thunder Plains. Because I fought this thing... The very first thing I encountered in this area was the guy I wanted to fight. Again, I didn't really bother to get this move before fighting the Machina on the high road because, you know, they're not really weak to fire. They're, as far as I remember, they're weak to water. Let's see. It says weakness none, so I guess they're not... I thought they were... Huh. I thought they were actually weak to water. It says weakness none, though? Huh, because I remember the original game they were weak to lightning, but this game they absorb lightning. So... Go down, move flow. She says, witness concert, talk to him twice. Says that's it. Says some new enemies. Guadasalam. Now, Guadasalam does in fact have some stuff going on. Now, the LeBlanc's like underground area does in fact have random encounters. Now, every single time I went through them before the underground, I had charm bangles on, so you know there weren't queen corals and stuff popping up. But queen corals are actually quite dangerous because their magic defense is very high. I've been relying on magic almost exclusively to kill bosses and stuff for the most part. But darn, that freaking loud car. But queen corals are actually still quite dangerous. and they do naturally, show up there. So there are still encounters there, even if, if you've had a charm bangle on the whole time, you might not even realize there are encounters down there. But there are encounters for whatever reason. There are monsters in LeBlanc's house, like under her house where 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 LeBlanc's cronies are like living. They're like their bedrooms. Oh my god, dude, come on! It's so loud. I swear, I've heard like a million motorcycles today. They're just so loud. I'm trying to like talk in the microphone. But yeah, I don't know why LeBlanc has like crazy monsters like Queen Corals down in her basement. I mean, really. The only reason I could possibly think is just that mechanically speaking, um, during chapter 2 when you go down there, you're pretty much locked down there, and you have to have fights with her cronies and herself and all that, and they put counters down there just so you'd be able to power up in case you couldn't beat them and you were really really low level and you were locked in. You couldn't grind anywhere else. You were stuck down there, so they probably put them down there as a means to get stronger, just so you wouldn't be stuck fighting them at like level 2 or something. In case you didn't level up enough. But again, story-wise, jeez, story-wise, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, right. Okay, so yeah, there is a whole bunch of story stuff here. When you arrive, head towards the door, the northwestern part of town. Right, the locked door where only the Guado can access. There's a cutscene over there. You gotta interact with that door until you get a cutscene. And then you go to the chateau and then talk to Ormi and Logos. Let's see here. Head to LeBlanc's room for another scene. And then back to the living room again. And then back down to the dungeon. You find a powerful accessory. Right, okay. So let's head to Guadalsalam. But yeah, Guadalsalam does have a lot of story stuff right now. Yeah, a lot of it is just lots of cutscenes. But remember, when you go down to LeBlanc's like basement, there are still encounters down there. Specifically, the Queen Coral. Unless you've been doing a lot of leveling up, the Queen Coral is still quite a credible threat. Especially if you use a lot of magic, the Queen Coral still poses a significant threat. Especially with its Death Blaster. So if you're using a Charm Bangle, you still gotta make sure you keep it on down there if you don't want to deal with those things, because that's kind of important. Okay, Shinra's gonna go down there and put the Consphere. Alright. Alright, first thing is go over here.
Hello?
Looks like nobody's home.
A girl could get curious.
I forget if you need to go to this like place several times. What? Oh, he's talking about the me and High Road feeding colony. You could find later. All right, I just have to make sure because I remember like I thought there was you to go interact with it several times, but I guess you're fine. All right, Sherman. All right, so I did that. I got the scene. I could have sworn if you try interacting with it several times, you get to the scene, but I guess I was wrong. Okay. Go to the chateau. Talk to Army Logos. Head to LeBlanc's room. And then back to the living room. And then the basement, the dungeon basement opens up. Now, most notably down here is that there's there's one of the Crimson Spheres down here that you can grab that's necessary for 100%. It's one of the keys to the Den of Woe. Alright, so we head down here. Talk to the big guy and Slim.
LeBlanc, there's nothing to worry about.
Not even close.
Let's see you do it then.
LeBlanc, there's nothing to worry about.
Look who's talking.
What are you doing?
Oi! The boss has been rather depressed since Nuge went missing.
We wants to comfort her, see?
Oh, was that supposed to be Nuge?
That bad, was it?
Yep.
What, did Nuge become a chain smoker?
Even if you did sound like Nuge, do you think it would actually help?
It would.
Whatever you say.
I swear, people who ride motorcycles must go deaf after a while, because it's seriously, it's so loud from this distance up on the third floor from, like, hundreds of feet away. Wait, I've never seen the boss more, what? Lagur, wow, what the heck, I don't think I've ever even seen this word. Lugubrious? Lugubrious. It's an interesting word. Lugubrious. I've never seen the boss more lugubrious. Not even her massages seem to help. Yeah, I was like... Dang, because I've played this game before, but I don't even remember this word. Lugubrious. I'll have to keep that. I'll have to add that to my repertoire of words. Yeah. So I'll have to keep that word for myself. Lugubrious. Alright, so now we go into their room and try to jumpstart LeBlanc's, I guess, passion for sphere hunting. And being a general menace. Oh, freaking, my throat feels so dry. I had a drink earlier.
Leave me alone.
Don't you want to hunt some spheres? The gullings are gonna get all the spheres in Sphere, you know.
Fine by me. There's no point in chasing after spheres with my Nuge. Nuge isn't there to smile. What difference does it make? You're a mess. Say what whatever you want.
Lugubrious. Oh man, my freaking throat is like bugging me. Anyway, I said to go back in here and talk to the Gronies again.
What if we showed her a sphere of Nuge?
Why ask us? Go for it.
Of course, that sphere. We took one in Bavel. Care to watch it?
What's on it?
We haven't looked yet. Meet us in our room. We'll have a little screaming.
That doesn't sound dirty at all. Okay, I do have the charm bangle on, right? Yeah, just making sure I don't want to get jumped down there. Man. But yeah, nothing down here really poses much of a threat besides those things, but again, the queen corals are quite dangerous. Okay, new save. No, I believe... I'm trying to think. Yeah, I believe it said go to this room here to get the super secret spheres. Tetraband, though, is really, really good to have, because Tetraband... It blocks... It basically just blocks the 4 primary elements. Huh, I thought it nullified them. I guess that's one of the other Tetra items. Okay, so it cuts them in half. It's still pretty handy, but it's not as useful as one of the other items that you can get later on that absorbs them instead. Yeah, Crimson Sphere 4, that's crucial. You need that for 100%. It is completely necessary. It's one of the essential keys you need to get inside of the Den of Woe. Let's see. Guide says... Treasure Band, I got that. Crescent Shape of the Moon. Crimson Sphere 4, got that. You'll find Logosphere. See, Logosphere and Ormisphere after a cutscene. Also, look where Logos was looking. Also, look where Logos was looking before for some spheres. It says here, look where Logos was looking before for some spheres. X for a scene there in the jail sphere. Just press X. Look where Logos looking for some spheres. Press X for a scene in the jail sphere. And also, this is very important. You need to make sure you talk to Machen and listen to his whole dialogue completely. You don't want to pass up a Machen as much as you might want to. If you don't feel like listening to Machen's long-winded speeches. Personally, I like listening to his voice. I think his voice is, I think he's a cool storyteller. I like his. I think his voice is kind of neat. I think he has a good storytelling voice. But some people don't like his super long-winded things. But you wouldn't be if you weren't doing 100% story, then you wouldn't really want to bother.
Let's see. This should be it.
What's this?
Orme shot this, not me.
So I see.
This must be a dud.
That scene was already.
Calling a dud.
That scene was already so ridiculous.
There's someone there.
Really? Where? Where?
I'll zoom in.
It's just funny how he throws his freaking he throws his buddy under the bus.
It's Nuge. What was he doing there?
I don't like it.
What?
All these secrets. It's just one thing after another.
If I may. You're free to do as you please, but I'd prefer you not mention this to the boss.
Why not?
Whatever this Vegnagun thing is, it's clearly dangerous. Nothing the likes of we sphere hunters have any business fooling around with. But if the boss knew Nuge were involved, well, there'd be no stopping her. If anything were to happen to her.
You guys got it rough, don't ya?
If only she noticed.
Okay. I said, oh yeah, so hit X over here, and make sure you go over here and grab this. Hit X to make sure you grab the jail sphere.
Is this one from Bethel too?
Ooh, been taking naughty pictures again?
I didn't shoot this one. I found it. The image is badly deteriorated. Must be old.
Ah, the only reason the war's dragging on is because Xanarkand refuses to surrender.
You're wrong! If you'd stop attacking, there wouldn't be a war.
We're not falling for that.
Gah! Someday, your precious weapons will end up destroying you.
He's probably referring to the Machina War of 1,000 years past.
Suddenly, a wild Machen appears.
When did you sneak in, old man?
must admit, the likeness is positively uncanny.
It can't really be him, can it?
I'm afraid not. After all, that sphere was recorded 1,000 years ago.
Right. Of course.
Hmm?
I just noticed. I just noticed this just now. There's pictures of LeBlanc on the frickin' ceiling. Why are they there? Why in the ceiling? That's so random. I just noticed that when the camera panned up and you saw the ceiling, because usually you can't see the ceiling from this angle. Anyway, this is like super crucial. You can just walk out of here right now, but you need to talk to this guy. You need to talk to Machen, and you have to listen to everything he has to say, just like in the Mushroom Rock Road.
Would you like to hear more?
And you need to make sure you say yes. It is crucial.
Yuna, a rumor has been going around of late. Perhaps you've heard it. They say that High Summoner Yuna was accompanied by a guardian from, of all places, Zanarkand. Oh, yes. That young man raised quite a few eyebrows at the Blitzball tournament in Lucar. I spoke to him myself on a number of occasions. I could sense that he belonged to an other world. That he should look so much like the man in that sphere cannot be mere coincidence, I should think.
There's a connection.
There is. I would very much like the chance to ask him and clear this matter up once and for all.
But he's gone. Just like the Fates said. Our dream will vanish.
A dream of the faith? Is that right? Oh my.
What is it?
Oh. I had something on the tip of my tongue, but then it slipped away. Something very important. Oh, frustrating. Well, I suppose I'll just have to think on it a little more. Until next time, Lady Yuna. We are all connected. There may yet be a way to reunite with those who have gone.
What? Watch what you say.
Forgive me. Consider it the ramblings of an old man.
Yeah, and then he just straight up leaves. That's one of the few instances of Titus actually being mentioned in this game. Like, very few people in this game actually will, like, mention him. Everyone's so, like, embroiled in the whole, like, Civil War thing, fiends coming out of the temples, and either Vegnagun, the Fiend Temple thing, the Civil War, sphere hunting, but, like, barely anyone mentions him anymore. This is one of the few situations where this is mentioned. And this is, like, crucial, though. Even after, I believe, you get 100%, if you want to get the perfect ending, you need to... this is one of the crucial things you need to see if you want to get the perfect ending to trigger the perfect ending to occur on a save file. Even if you have 100%, I believe, like, from a previous, New Game Plus, you need to see this cutscene to be able to trigger it on that particular save file again. Alright, so let's see here. The guide says... Sphere 4. Find Logo Sphere and Army Sphere after a cutscene. Look where Logos was looking before this. Let's see here. Press X for a scene. The jail sphere. Approach Machen, listen to his full speech. After that, there's nothing much left unless you're interested in the shops. The shops don't really have anything particularly interesting. Okay, so I think that's it for Guadalajara. As far as I can tell, like... as far as I can tell... as for the Thunder Plains... There is one particular thing in the Thunder Plains that's necessary. Like, besides Sid, I mean. Besides Sid, there's also one other thing you need to do. Let's see. You picked Not Really during Chapter 1. Then spoke with him again, Chapter 2. You meet with him again. For the former option... Let's see. Speak with them again. Okay, so the thing is, next is the Ronso kids. Darn noise. Alright, so... yeah, Leon and Aid, the Ronso kids. They'll be in the Northern Plains. Now, you speak with them, and they ask you where you want them to go for Kamari's horn. Now, the guy just says to send them wherever you want. So it doesn't really matter where you end up sending the kids, really. Yeah, so there still is one more thing to do with the Thunder Plains. Now, we already talked to Sid earlier when I was, like, getting the bad breath move. Can I talk to you? I'm trying to remember, doesn't it? Let's see here. Hold on. Alright, so I guess that's it for him. Now, Leon and Aid, as far as I remember, they're in, like, the far, far, far end. Yeah. Oh, one sec. Okay, so you gotta talk to these guys.
You guys better watch out. With horns like that, you're just asking to get struck.
Leon and Aid left Mountain to find a way to repair Elder Kimari's horn. We cannot return to Mountain until a way is found.
And you expect to find that here?
Yes? Where does Lady Yuna think we should search for way to fix Elder's horn?
Now, again, there doesn't seem to be any kind of, I guess, rhyme or reason to where you send them. It seems to not make any kind of difference. Let me look this up for a sec, but, like, as far as I know, there's, like, no, like, there's no difference where you send them. So let me look this up to make sure. Yeah, depending on where you send them, those are the comm spheres that you'll be seeing them in that particular area. You'll see them in that comm sphere in chapter 4. That's the main difference here. It seems like wherever you send them is where you'll see them later on in that particular comm sphere. Yeah. So it seems like it doesn't matter. Just making sure. The heck? My mouse is acting kind of funny. What the heck's going on right now? I'm kind of worried about my computer overheating a bit. Because it's kind of hot right now. What's going on with my mouse? My mouse is acting all weird. What the heck is going on? Like, when I'm trying to scroll the mouse, like, it occasionally gets, like, locked. Like, I'm trying to scroll up and it's like, it feels like it's jittering, like it's trying to scroll up, but it's, like, stuck. I'm a little confused what's going on with that. Weird. Alright, so, yeah, alright. So, yeah, it doesn't seem to be any kind of difference. I guess Jose.
The Al Bhed there may know something.
I don't know.
Leon and Aid go there to look. Thank you, High Summoner. Come, Aid.
Honestly, I'm not sure where else I would send them, because, like, in terms of, like, someone actually being able to help, I don't know. Sending them to Kilika What? So I guess like because I guess so. Donna might know something. That doesn't seem like her really. She doesn't really seem to know much about Ronso though, as far as I know. And then sending him to the Moonflow for Tobley, I don't. Tobley's not gonna know what freaking anything. I feel like if anything, the Albed would know something because Albed basically study and learn stuff all the time for their technology and just in general, the Albed seem to be pretty smart. You know, I feel like if anything would, if anyone would know something, they would. In terms of like, you know, having some kind of education towards a particular subject. Hmm. Now, the thing is telling me that I should have a 49% completion, which I do. Macalania. Alright, so the deal here in Macalania, the major thing here, is that fiends from the Sunken Temple are... They pretty much laid waste to the Albed that were in front of the travel agency. They're waiting for Awaka. So they just got wasted by just crazy amounts of fiends coming up from there. Some fiends attacking the travel agency. Okay, so again, there are six consecutive fights back to back. Now for these fights here, I kind of want to have Stone Breath. I suppose I could try using Cry in the Night, although again, since it's 6 fights back to back to back, it might be kind of hard in the MP. Because Stone Breath is essentially an I win button. You use a move, and the only other move that I think that really is able to compete with it is a Petrify Grenade, but those are a little hard to come by, as far as I know. Now, again, as far as I know, the only way to get Stone Breath early is to go to the Cavern of the Stolen Faith. Because unlike the Machina and Mihan High Road, these guys, as far as I know, are vulnerable to Petrify. Although I think that Heaven's Cataract might do the trick anyway. Hmm. The strongest enemy I think I might run into here are the Ryos. Ryos are chimeras, and they are kind of strong. Ryos. As far as I know, I think they're the ones that show up here are the strongest ones. Now Ryos actually do have a good chunk of HP, but they're not they're not immune to petrify. And I think they can come up to groups of 2, which can be kind of dangerous. Some of their moves are quite dangerous. Also, the entry here for Bad Breath, where you can learn it as a blue bullet, it's not very accurate. Here it says it inflicts silence, darkness, poison, curse, and slow. However, when I used it, it inflicted berserk, not curse. I think when Malboro uses it on you, it inflicts curse, but curse doesn't, as far as I know, curse doesn't affect enemies in any way. It only affects you. So I think it inflicts berserk instead when you use it. Okay. Let's see. Beckenel. Calm Lands. Because I feel almost like inclined, like I want to mess with the Calm Lands first. Or at least go in there and mess with it and then leave and then go back later. Let's see. It's mentioned in Classico, but I already did that. Because again, there's a blue bullet I really want to get down there. And this is the last blue bullet I can possibly get in Chapter 3. Oh, well, look at the battle. Look at the freaking battle score. Mission complete. Darn it. Man. So freaking... And just saying, I've had to hear so many of those today, it's been ridiculous. Bleeding into my audio. Right. Alright, so down here. I'm gonna make a save in a different file. Because I'm pretty sure I can go down there and then just like get the thing and then just like leave.
Fiends from deep in the cave.
There are still some people trapped inside.
There is nothing we can do to help them.
To be honest, I'd had enough. I wanted to blame them for turning a place like this into a tourist attraction.
Please, won't you help us rescue the people left behind? You must...
You can just tell them it's your problem.
Your friendly neighborhood Gullwings, open for business.
No, you can start this, but you can back out though. Because I don't really feel like fighting Yojimbo just yet. Now, what's funny though is that you can in fact go out here without escaping the mission though. No. But you can do this, and as far as I know... Hold on. Oh wait, hold on. Huh. I remember you being able to go to the save sphere from here. There is a save sphere inside the cave, but I guess you can't access that particular one. Anyway. Where is it? That's odd. Huh. That must only be in Final Fantasy X. There was a safe sphere down here from what I remember, but I guess that's only in 10. Well, that's disappointing. Yeah, I guess there's only a safe sphere here in 10 and that's it. Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to do this at the entrance. Whoops. Alright. Now, again, the main thing here, of course, since I'm trying to learn Stone Breath, is to be immune to Petrify. Because if you're not, you're going to have a problem. Safety bit. I have one. Hold on, let me look this up for a sec. Can I buy more safety bits? Now, I know I have a grid that can pretty much do the same thing, but they use Stone Breath somewhat at random, so it can be kind of dangerous. Safety bit. They can be bribed, bought from they can be bought from Lake Makalina for 10,000 gil. They can be found on the Thunder Plains. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like I'm just going to have to rely on this grid. For, like, safety's sake. There is a chance that the thing can miss. I've done a lot of times before, and there is a chance that petrification will just simply miss you. But, again, that's risky. If it doesn't, you are done. Also, since Yuna's getting behind the level, I really should switch her Minerva's plate to someone else. Let me give her... Let's see here. Hold on. Instead of the ring... I don't think I have any more crystal balls. I guess I give her the safety bit as an extra precaution. In case it decides to use it, like, really fast. In case it decides to open up a stone breath, you know, just as an extra method of prevention here. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see. More power gloves. Alright. Okay, let me turn random encounters like higher. Okay, oh, it oversold. But yeah, those guys, the blue guys are down here too. Anyway, the thing I'm looking for, it looks like a giant freaking rock. With like, it's like a giant rock with a Triceratops skeleton coming out of it. Yeah, it's like a giant rock with a Triceratops fossil like sticking out of it in a big claw hand. Now, again, this is also one of those breath attacks, so the thing can miss if you're not, like, lined up right. Oh, crap. These guys, those are the Ryoses. Those are the guys that I'm worried about in the place I'm trying to go to. Two of them are quite dangerous. Okay, this thing here is also quite dangerous. A Deva. It always begins with haste, so it gives you a chance to kind of get away. But you don't want to fight them if you're not prepared. Because from what I remember, I believe... Oh, this is it right here. Okay, yeah, see? This is exactly what I was talking about. See how it opened up with Stone Breath? Also, you notice that Yuna didn't get hit. It opened up with Stone Breath. This is exactly why I put the safety bit on Yuna. In case they opened up with it, and I didn't have a chance to switch. This is exactly why I gave Yuna the safety bit as an extra safety, so that I wouldn't even just be like, boom, petrified, done. You know, then I just immediate game over. I didn't have a chance to run or do anything. It was just boom, petrify. Yeah, Stone Breath, see, it used it, but it didn't even hit her. I'm gonna have Riku take off. Huh. Okay, it's actually interesting. Okay, hold on. Since Yuna does 0 damage, she was able to cure. Whoops. This is kind of why I had Riku run, so because of this issue. Because this guy here is a little bit of a menace. We're trying to get Stone Breath on everybody. White Wind helps a lot with this guy. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this guy here, he's a bit of a menace. Yeah, so she got it now. Bye. But see, that was exactly why the safety bit was important on Yuna, because it opened up with Stone Breath before I even had a chance to do anything. Like, I didn't have a chance to even switch any of my other girls, like, through the grid. Like, he was just boom, Stone Breath. Like, and then one of my other girls, I think Pain dodged it, and which can happen. Its accuracy seems to be kind of like iffy when they use it against you. Your accuracy seems to be a lot higher. When they use it, it seems like it misses like half the time. But like, if Yuna didn't have that, I mean, there was also the fact that Yuna didn't get hit with it at all. That's another thing with breath attacks when enemies use it. Their version of it, so noisy. Their version of it, like sprays all in front of them, and if all of your girls aren't like kind of lined up in front of them, there's a chance that one or both, it can miss one or two of the girls, like just completely like that. Like just because was just out of range, even though she was targeted by it, in terms of like it hitting your whole party, because of Yuna's position, it just didn't hit her at all. It just completely missed her because she was out of range. But had Yuna been in the line of fire, again, her having the safety bit was like, I needed to do that just as an extra precaution, just for that exact situation, because I figured that if I run into him, there's a chance that it very well might just open up with the attack before I can even do anything. I didn't even have a chance to go through all my grid thing because it was just swiping people to death so much, or petrifying them. But I got Stone Breath on all the girls now. Now, Stone Breath, when you use it, Stone Breath is a lot more accurate. Like, it's a similar thing with the Malboro's Bad Breath. For some reason, the Bad Breath, when they use it, has a bunch of the statuses being kind of inaccurate. Like, much of the statuses will miss a good chunk of the time. But when you use Bad Breath in this game, the statuses will almost always connect. As long as they're not invulnerable to it, it will hit them. Okay, so I got the move. Now let me get out of here safely. Can we give her the golden hairpin? Actually, she's getting behind on like... She's getting behind though compared to the other girls. So I need to switch out the Minerva's thing to give one of the other girls. Let's see here. I'll probably switch it with Riku. And Seething Cauldron. Alright, so let me think here. For the deal... Let me think for a sec. Hmm. I kind of need that to be white mage. Where is it? Hmm. Let me think. I guess that's good for now. You save. Alright, I'll come back to this later. I just really wanted to get that for now. But yeah, there are some monsters down there that are actually really strong. What's funny, though, is that, again, the Tonberry is not down there. And the Tonberry is on the Mushroom Rock Road and actually a lot weaker in this game. The regular Tonberry, anyway. The Mega Tonberry is... apparently, the Tonberry gave all of its strength to the Mega Tonberry, because Mega Tonberry is instead way more lethal than the Tonberry... Like, the Tonberries in 10 are not nearly as lethal as the Mega Tonberry in this game. The Mega Tonberry in this game is terribly lethal. Like, it will kill you in seconds. Like, your entire party will just wipe you out with its ridiculously powerful attacks. The Tonberries in 10 were slow-moving like your typical Tonberry. Alright, Travel Agency SOS.
The agency! Fiends? Here?
Must be from Makalania Temple. The fact that it's underwater doesn't seem to matter.
We can worry about why later! Uni! We have to help them.
And our fee?
I'll pay you myself. How's that?
In our fee, there's like corpses on the ground. Hey, our fee, wait, we gotta get paid. Well, you know, we go. And I mean, just like, I guess we can always just loot the corpses after. You know, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, this guy. Oh boy. All right, Uni gets the first turn. Hmm. Oh, that's okay. That's Riku. Hold on. I'm actually surprised Stone Breath actually missed on this thing. That's very surprising. Oh, jeez. massive damage. But I have Yuna mainly here for utility. Stone Breath is, you know, there in case she gets the first turn. That's not cool. Hmm. Alright, oh, come on. Okay, that's a bit better. Bro, come on. Hey, for real right now. Yeah, see, Stone Breath is actually quite a handy I win button. If you're able to get the move off, typically you just win. Oh, crap. Oh, that's fantastic. Yay. You know... Bro, are you, like, this thing's freaking serious? What the... Really? I hate when they both oversold. Like, that wasn't fair. Alright, hold on here. Yeah, Stone Breath is definitely doing some work. The main issue I was having was elemental attacks. That was the main issue I was having. I think I left the Charm Bang on by accident. Wasn't there something I could use? There is this. There's Sublimator. Hold on. Did I really have her? Did she really have Charm Bangle on during that whole time? If Riku can actually get a move off, they will die. Pain is a bit of the odd duck here. She still has Seething Cauldron? Hmm. feel like pain could be more useful. Okay, I think I need a dedicated healer. That's the thing. Okay, I think I need to switch Pain and Riku. Riku, I think I need should be the dedicated healer here, because she needs to be White Mage. Okay, so Pain's gonna be my bruiser. Yeah, Pain hit something with Cry in the Night, they're going to die. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what I can do for her. I guess I can double her max HP for one. Okay, I guess for Rico, I'm just gonna make her just HP just really, really high. Okay, so if like okay, so if Yuna goes first, I'm probably just gonna use Stone Breath.
Here?
Must be from Makalania Temple. The fact that it's underwater doesn't seem to matter.
We can worry about why later.
Uni! We have to help them.
And our fee?
I'll pay you myself. How's that?
Oh, jeez. I don't know why it keeps missing that guy. It's so freaking strong. Miss, huh? That's interesting. I probably should use Heaven's Cataract, really. Actually, it's actually weaker because of that. I actually realized that it is quite weaker. Coming off of Yuna's attack stat, it's actually not that strong. Stone might be more viable just because it doesn't rely on damage. The problem is the Ryos keeps missing on the Ryos. As long as Pain can actually get the move off. I'm gonna try using Bad Breath instead. Well, at least Riku has a lot of HP. But I need Pain to take this thing out. Jesus. Hold on, where is it? Oh, come on, man. I say Riku could get one turn. Seven HP, really? Dude, freaking leave me the frick alone, you douchebag. I just need one turn. The problem is I just need one turn against this guy. Bad Breath didn't do anything to him. That's the problem. He oversouls and I can't do anything. He doesn't even give me a freaking turn.
Fiends? Here?
I don't want to accidentally skip the scene.
The fact that it's underwater doesn't seem to matter.
We can worry about why later.
Uni! We have to help them.
And our fee?
I'll pay you myself. How's that?
All I need to do is have Pain just get one turn. The freaking douchebag won't freaking give me 1 second. I'm a freaking douchebag. Like, give me a freaking second, Jesus. I think it's Aquabreath that's just the problem. Especially since Pain has haste, too. Because all she would need to do is get one turn. If she got one turn, I'd be all set. Now, unlike the what's it called? Unlike their stone breath, you specifically point the gun at every single one of them. So you actually hit them every single time. Like, none of them can be out of your range. Like with their spray thing, if they're too far on the side of you, since you specifically target each one of them individually, they can't dodge it. It's not in that way. The thing is, the Rios is vulnerable to Petrify, but they just don't give you a freaking turn. Is it serious? $9,000 damage. Hmm. Wait, was it wait mode? What the heck? I thought it wasn't on. Anyway, I doubled my HP, so that... Because this was getting really annoying. Yeah, it's freaking this issue again. Why is she poisoned? I swear, man, really. Yeah, she's a mega potion. This is ridiculous. Can't even give me a freaking turn. Freaking douchebag. I doubled my HP this time. Why is Riku always poisoned? Man. God, seriously, she's out of MP. All right. Why is this guy such a douchebag? Seriously. Yeah, I'm getting rain. Freaking Pain also didn't have a chance to get a freaking thing off because her MP was gone too. Let's go after Riku, please. What the freak is that noise? Jeez. People that are ridiculously loud stereos. Alright. You will die right now. I had enough for you. Oh, he didn't die? You're kidding me. What the heck? What even is this guy? Are you serious right now? You're kidding me. This guy didn't die from that. That was like the strongest move I have. Well, if you survive this, I'll be freaking shocked. Jeez. Dude, that was ridiculous. Oh my god. Problem is that it was oversold, so it was so freaking strong. Wait, what the heck? Because the rhinos, they're vulnerable to petrify, but it kept missing them. Yeah, if that one didn't oversaw, I wouldn't have such a hard time with that. Just see Heaven's Cataract. The problem, their HP was like freaking so high. Dang, man. Like, chill out.
Think that's the last of them?
How are the people inside?
Let's go look.
Yeah, if if it didn't oversoul, then I wouldn't have had. Again, it would have just been, you know, like I dealt like the first one. The first one I dealt with somewhat easily. The problem is that freaking Stone Breath kept missing. If that didn't happen, I would have been fine.
Don't talk. Save your strength.
He's basically saying he saw a giant shadow thing under the water, or like a giant thing that was like in there. Is basically referencing Vegnagun, like, you know, in the water or under the, in the crater.
Ah! What's happened to me shop? Come on, lad, I've come to give back the money I owe ye. You can't die before I pay ye back. Think of me reputation. I'm begging ye. Oh, now look what you've done. Disgrace, disgrace on your walk of name.
Let me look at the guide for a sec. Yeah, again, it kept missing. I don't know why Stone Breath kept missing. Usually its accuracy is quite high, but it's probably just because the girl's levels are just so low. All the Pain needed to do was just get one freaking move off, and it was just like, come on, man. Once she was able to do that, it did some work. But the thing is, it oversold, so its HP was like freaking like 13,000 or something really nuts. Oh darn! I was all the way down to the commons. Hold on. It says no healing in between, but if you put your person to heal before the last attack, in this game your guy actually will heal in the fight after every enemy is dead, which I think is actually interesting, a strategy in this game, which no other Final Fantasy, as far as I know, is able to do, where usually if all enemies are dead, that's it, the fight just ends. But in this game, if you have like self-healing or something that affects you, that will just go off, even if the enemies are dead, you still will be able to get a last healing action, which helps in this situation here because it lets you get in heals in between fights. Okay, let's see. Actually, lakefront, pick up the X potion. You pay off Waka's debt, enter the travel agency after Waka enters it. Okay, so I have to go back into it now, and then try leaving. Alright. Alright, so I guess I go back in now. And talk to the guy. Also, I thought when fiends died, they disintegrated into pyreflies, but this one here is just chilling on the floor. Like, okay, this one didn't turn into pyreflies and just vaporize. That's so weird, right? You save. That was ridiculous, though. That's what I mentioned. The Ryoses are really annoying and very strong. They're vulnerable to petrify. I was hoping to get one off of them, but it just kept missing, annoyingly, because my girl's levels are just too low. Okay, let me slap the charm bangle back on. The sublimator definitely helped, though, I gotta say. Being able to block fire and ice. Like it definitely helped for the fights with all the freaking Blazaras going off, and specifically with that fire attack. Although if I blocked water, I probably would have had a much easier time. But I only have one Null Tide ring. Probably should have equipped that though, because it seemed like Aqua Breath was the main issue here. Because the fact that Aqua Breath was one of its main hitting attacks that hits everybody. I also had Thunderga as well, so overall it's just really annoying to fight this thing.
Mark me words. I'll stand by this shop, whatever may come.
I think you'll get more fiends than customers.
Then I'll just have to start selling to fiends, won't I? I owe it to those lads who died defending me shop, and I'll not be letting them down. Ye will come and stop in once in a while, won't ye?
Yeah, so the shop now is just closed down for chapter 3. But in chapter 5, Owaka opens his shop up again, and he has like the best items in the game. As long as he paid off his debt and all that, and also got his brother wants to return. Their shop, their combined shops, which they're both in the same building there. They have like the best, craziest, most overpowered items in the game. But they are really expensive though. Each of the items costs like 50,000. It's like really nuts. Alright, so it said to go down over here and speak with the musicians, the forest musicians. And speak with them each. Now, this is also why you need to make sure you find all the little kid baby musicians, including the super secret one, because the secret one gives you a special grid. Yeah, this guy over here. I mean, it looks like a fiend, but it's pretty harmless, or at least on this size. Not sure why it's following me around, but I mean, it's interesting. I mean, it's trying to murder me, but it doesn't seem to do anything. So it'll just follow you around here, doing crazy, fiend attacks, but not causing any damage. Or trying to absorb you into its amorphous shape. Anyway, once you find all the musicians here in the earlier chapter and then talk to them here, this thing appears and gives you a grid. Which, again, you would not be able to obtain if you didn't do that in the earlier chapter and talk to it here, because the third tiny musician just wouldn't be here at all, and the grid would not be accessible. I believe it was Howling Wind, I think that's what it was. Where is it? Oh, this one. Okay. I believe that was what it was. Let me double check. Yeah, Howling Wind. Return to Lake Road and use the exits. Then go south. Lake Road. Find a gold bracer. Continue south. And comms. Okay, right. Okay, so the main thing here is that you need to make sure you go throughout these areas and make sure the comm spheres are installed. So going through those areas, you'll pick up treasures, but also the comm spheres are crucial. If you want to be able to get 100%, you need to put the comm spheres in every single possible location that the game will allow. Because, like, the entirety of Chapter 4 is the comm sphere chapter, where you, like, check out, is basically, like, Chapter 4 is basically the cutscene chapter of comm spheres. You gotta make sure that a comm sphere is installed in every single possible location that the game allows. Otherwise, you'll miss percentage, and you won't get you will not get a perfect file. Okay, let's see. I'll return to lake area. Go south. Go north. Okay. Alright, so it says that I can go north from here and get a Null Frost ring. I think that's what I said. Go north one area. Yeah, that. I said that should be it. But yeah, this is another area where encounters occur on that path. Alright, so apparently that's supposed to be it for this area. There's no Trummel or any kind of Guado stuff going on. At least not with them directly. There's Ronso stuff, but nothing with the Guado right now. Even though the Ronso stuff is related to the Guado. Hmm. Alright, I think the next stop here is Bicknell. But yeah, Stone Breath definitely did help. Since my girls are kind of underleveled, Stone Breath kind of bypassed the whole damage thing and was just like, you know, petrification, I win button. Even though the Rios was just like, nope. Rios wasn't having any of that. Hmm. Yeah, so next thing is the Bicknell Island Cactuar Nation. Although I'm getting kind of tired, I'm probably gonna have to stop for now because I've already been awake for a long time. Probably gonna have to stop for. I'm gonna stop for now and just continue this later before I start the next mission up. Just save one more time. The game really scared me though before when I freaking like the game just crashed randomly for no freaking reason. That like right after I got, especially right after I beat Shinra and got Lady Luck. Also, I got the Berserker job as well. I believe Berserker's skill set goes to, I think, Riku's mascot. So she'll have to be the Berserker. Just for, you know, convenience sake. Hmm. Yeah. Alright, well I guess that's it for now.